Alright everyone, welcome back to Automotive Anatomy. Today we have Hector. Hector, thank you so much for making the time for us, man. Tell us, what do you drive?
What's up, man? I could drive a 2007 Honda S2000. You know, she's got the full Voltex kit on it. It's got this beautiful Voltex hood. This is probably like one of the things I'm most proud of right now.
Alright, so take us back before you start.
All right.
Voltex. Get ahead of yourself, buddy. Why the S2000 and where'd you pick it up?
So my whole life I've honestly kind of always had a soft spot for Hondas. I didn't start as a import guy. In my younger years, I grew up American muscle. So okay. I still got a 91 notchback 5.0 at home. That was my car in high school, but always saw the little, you know, the little EGs, little EKs, just kind of roaming around town, and I was like, man, you know, those things are cool. I dailied the Mustang, but it just, you know, gas started getting expensive, things started breaking on it, so I was like, you know what, it's about time I get a new daily, something new or something more reliable. So I was like, I still wanted a cool car, so I was like, I would love to get an NSX. At the time, I mean, I was, you know, a lot younger, a lot poorer, so I couldn't afford it, so I'm like, what's the next best thing? So I started looking into the S2000, and that's kind of how that happened. That's kind of how I ended up in this guy. So
cool. So you pick it up. What was your vision for it?
So my vision was honestly to just leave it alone.
You messed up.
I messed up big time. Nah, I did daily drive it for like about 3 years. Didn't touch it at all, and to be frankly honest with you, I kind of had a vision in my head always. As a kid, I always kind of wanted like a race car in my garage, and I knew that this car was a really good platform for that. But I just didn't think I was gonna do it and go as crazy as I did with it as soon as I did. But some events kind of sparked that in my mind, which is some tragic, sad events, but when Paul Walker passed away, kind of made me realize how short life can be. And I said, you know what, like, why am I waiting to kind of build the race car that I've always wanted to build? Like, let's just do it. So I kind of just went all out one day and just started buying parts, started throwing it on the car, and that's kind of how I ended up where I am today with the car the way it is now. So
all right, Hector, so tell us, what do we got going on in the front?
So the front end, you're looking at the Voltex dry carbon bonnet. As far as I know, it's one of 4 in North America right now. 2 other ones are on shop cars, wow. And then one other one is in a car that I saw a guy building. I don't think it's hit the street yet, and then it's this one. Then you've got the Voltex race front bumper. So it's a 3-piece bumper, 2-piece splitter. Then you've got the Voltex canards on it. And then that tow hook right there is custom tow hook by my buddy Jerry. It's based off of the Jay's Racing tow hook, but we modified it, CNC'd it, cut it out to fit the Voltex bumper properly.
Wow. Super aggressive.
Thank you.
Okay. Tell us about any modifications to the body itself.
So the body itself, there isn't much modifications other than to fit the wheels. Front fenders are rolled and pulled. They are the stock fenders, OEM paint, and then the rear quarters are trimmed.
Oh, okay.
Not pulled though. Gotcha. So that's, I mean, as far as the body goes, that's it. Everything else is stock body. I mean, that's a big thing that I'm not a huge over fender wide body fan personally.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, personally I'm not. It's so that was one of the biggest things when it came to building this car, is that I did not want to do that.
Cool. So wide fenders, tell us about your wheel and tire.
So the wheel and tire setup, the car is sitting on 18 by 9.5 plus 45 Advan GTs. They are actually a bronze color, although they may not look like it. But in direct sunlight, you can definitely see the bronze. These are the premium versions, so the text is actually etched into the wheel itself.
Oh, nice.
Awesome wheels, definitely something different. And the reason I went with them was because, you know, the whole car is kind of just an ode to the time attack cars in Japan, you know, on Scuba Circuit, and a lot of them, you know, like the Arvu S2000 runs these, you know what I mean? So that's why I chose these wheels for that car. Toyos R888Rs. Love the tires, and love the company, love the people behind them. So huge support for them on that. So that's what the car's sitting on right now.
Cool. And tell us about your suspension pieces.
Suspension's pretty simple. Nothing fancy, just Buddy Club coilovers. Got Jay's Racing ball joints. And I think that's it, man. I mean, this car, you know, from the factory it's pretty much there as far as suspension goes. I definitely do want to upgrade the coils at some point here soon in the near future, but for right now it works.
Cool.
Like I said, this car was built as an ode for the time attack cars, and this is what they run, is, you know, full Voltex kits. Side skirts are carbon fiber Voltex street skirts. The mirrors are carbon fiber craft square mirrors. In the back, you've got a carbon fiber Voltex diffuser. You got a Type 2 carbon fiber wing, carbon fiber solid stands, and the carbon fiber OEM hardtop by Forbidden USA.
Your exhaust system, because it sounds very aggressive. What are you running?
So exhaust is actually the Jay's Racing 70RR. It's stainless steel. It's a straight exhaust from the header all the way back. It is very loud, that's for sure. But honestly, it's my favorite exhaust for the S2000 platform. There's so many options, but that's the one that I chose.
What are the future plans for the outside?
Future plans for the outside, you know what? My buddy's got this hardtop. It's also by Forbidden USA. I know everybody wants me to get the authentic Mugen top. I just don't want to do it, man. People have told me, okay, well, if you like OEM, get the OEM top. I'm very picky. I'm very weird when it comes to it. I get like the whole car is like full authentic, and then it's like people say, well, the hardtop isn't authentic Mugen or whatever. It's like, yeah, but you know, probably just a new hardtop pretty soon. And I mean, exterior wise, that's probably it, man. I'm very content, very happy with the car the way it is. It took some years. Like, I would go out into the garage and just look at it, and it's like, I need a hood, or I need this, or I need that. But now I can go out into the garage, I'm just like very happy, just really like it. So I don't see myself doing too much to the outside. Honestly, like I said, probably just a new hardtop just to switch things up a bit.
So tell us, what do we got going inside in the interior?
All right, well, interior wise, you've got the Cusco limited edition Brid collaboration seats. They're Brid Zeta 3s, and it is Brid. Actually, you know what, let me put this out there real quick. A lot of people make fun of me for calling it Brid, but that's actually how you pronounce it. Everybody pronounces it bride, but it's actually Brid. All right, guys, so get it right. So Brid Zeta 3s. You've got ASM floor mats, the Ruby floor mats. I love those things. Those are signed as well. You've got the Momo Mod 78 with the NSXR horn button. Yes, the horn works. Work bell hub, and then center console right there. You've got the CR interior pieces, as well as the radio door. Shift knob is out of a FD2 JDM spec Civic, And you've got the Scroth harnesses. I went with those. Those are a full harness. I just like them. And I think that is it for the interior. I mean, center console, the armrest is Alcantara, as well as the shift boot with red stitching. Spice it up a little bit, change it from the OEM one. But yeah, man, I mean, interior is pretty plain. There's no audio system, nothing fancy like that, you know. End of the day, it's a quote-unquote race car. So didn't need anything crazy in there.
What are the future plans for it?
Future plans for the interior? Probably nothing, man. I'm actually very happy with it. Oh, and you know what? One more piece is how the harnesses are mounted. It's mounted with ballayed roll hoop. It's a ballayed harness roll hoop. So it's still the OEM roll hoops. They're just modified to fit a harness. So very low key way to do it. Very clean. So that's why I did it that way.
So tell us, Hector, what are we staring at, man?
So this is the engine bay, F22. As far as the engine, internals, all of that, there's nothing done to it, man. I'm a big fan of just reliability. This car, out of the box, has everything that I needed. So it's mostly just dress up. Got a lot of beautiful Chasing J's titanium pieces, battery tied down, the ignition coil cover, the oil cap. You got the cooling shroud here and radiator stays. The intake is a Top Fuel carbon fiber intake from Japan, of course. When I got it, I think it was only like one of 3 in North America. I know a few more guys have purchased it since. You got HPS silicone hoses. That's about it, man. Like I said, mostly stock. Just with the nice, you know, titanium touches, just spruce it up a bit.
Cool. What kind of strut bar?
Oh, the strut bar is a Cusco carbon fiber strut bar. Obviously, it's not solid carbon fiber. I believe they just laid it over, but yeah, Cusco.
Cool. Whose signature is this?
That is Mr. Ichima-san from Spoon. There's quite an interesting story behind that. I guess, long story short, there was a meet and greet at Go Tuning one day. I attended. He shows up, gets out of the car, walks straight to my car, spends like an hour on the car, just inside, outside, looking at it, like checking the specs, just everything. It was insane. Like everybody was staring. Like there's a bunch of Spoon cars there, but he went straight to my car, and his final thing, he wanted to sign it. He kind of like, I don't know, maybe the seal of approval by him. And I said, go ahead and sign it wherever you want. And I gave him the marker, and that's where he put it, right there, right on the intake, right front and center on the car. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, not many people get that.
Yeah, no, man, it was a really, really cool experience for sure, and it's something I will never forget. So.
Man, this bonnet is just beautiful.
Yeah, dry carbon fiber. It's a beautiful thing, man. I mean, quick funny story on that. When I was at Evasive, they actually helped me install it. Drove over there hoodless, and then came back with this. But no, I'm just kidding. I thought about it. I drove over there, took the hood off, put this one on. When we were putting this one on, this thing is so light. We set it on the ground on a box to prepare the car, and a little gust of wind like came by and like literally lifted the hood, and we were like, like all our hearts dropped. But that's how light it is, man. I don't even know as far as weight. It's definitely within 5 pounds.
Wow.
Probably under 5 pounds, to be honest with you. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
So what are the future plans for the engine compartment?
So as far as the engine goes, I mean, everybody always wants me to, you know, do something, do ITBs, do a turbo, do a supercharger. Like I said, I like reliability. I like to just get in the car, stick the key in, and go. This car has enough power for me personally. If I want power, you know, I'll do something else. I'll build another car. But sometimes I do get tempted just to ball out, do a HKS supercharger. Will it happen? I don't know. Maybe one day I'll just get really bored and just do it. But for right now, there's really no plans. It's going to stay the way it is for the time being.
Alrighty, Hector. Thank you so much for making the time for us, man. I really appreciate it. Beautiful, beautiful S2000s. By far one of my favorite ones.
Thank you.
So tell us, man. Any future plans that you may forgot about, and any shout outs?
No, man, no. I mean, there's a few things, but I think we touched on it all. The car's gonna be with me forever. I'm taking it to the grave for sure. It's not something I'm ever gonna part out and sell. I don't know how people do that, but I guess to each their own. This has been a labor of love. But shout outs, man. I'm definitely gonna do my best to make sure I get everybody. But big shout out to Evasive Motorsports, first of all. I mean, I could not have done this car without them. They've been a huge backing, a huge support for me. Most everything off this car is from them. Definitely them. Huge shout out to Toyo Tires, Stan, over there. Love the guy. He's always been good to me from day one. So I appreciate that. Capsule Racing, Ken. We did some decals in the beginning, and that kind of blew up. And so huge shout out to him for just kind of putting the car out there and just always being a big support for me. Chasing Jays definitely helped me out a lot for SEMA with all the nice little engine bits and stuff like that. So huge shout out to Chasing Jays. And McGuire's. I mean, McGuire's keeps my car looking shiny and fresh all the time, squeaky clean. So huge shout out to them. They've been supporting me for some years now. Let me see. Like I said, I want to make sure I get everybody. Mackin Industries, man. Everybody over at Mackin Industries. Once again for SEMA, they took care of me with the wheels, and it's huge, man. Just working with all these companies, working with all these people has been, I don't want to say a dream come true, because I mean, I wasn't a kid dreaming about, but it's insane just being involved as much as I am with all these people and the companies, and just the love that they've all shown me, and the support. Like, I'm just some punk kid from Palmdale, you know what I mean, that just likes doing this stuff, but they all saw something in me and what I was doing. And huge shout out really to all those companies and all those people working in them. And huge shout out to Alan. He's the guy with the gold AE86. Basically my pops, that's what I call him. He's my pops. He kind of took me under his wing one day and kind of walked me through this whole JDM car scene world, and we're pretty much inseparable now. So huge shout out to Alan for all his help and guidance along the way. But yeah, man, I'm sorry if I forgot anybody, but huge shout outs to all those people. So
sweet, man. Well, thank you so much. I can definitely see it's a labor of love, and cannot wait to see it hitting the roads in the upcoming events. So thank you so much, Hector, once again, man.
No, thank you, man.
Definitely fun morning.
Yeah, it's been an interesting morning, but no, thank you, man. Thank you for taking the time and seeing something, in me and the car, and for giving me this opportunity. I appreciate it.
30 minutes later, we're about to get kicked out.
Yeah,
right.
You might.
3, 2, 1. All right, everyone, welcome back to the Motive Anatomy. Today we have Hector. Hector, after 30 minutes of washing your car, paint correcting your car, and waxing and buffing it, we're barely starting and we're about to get kicked out. Tell us, man, what do you drive?
All right, man, this is my 2007 Honda S2000.
2007?
Yeah.
You blinked out, you practiced.
I don't know, you just asked me what, all right.
So where did you pick it up from?
No, fuck that, let's do that shit again. Do that shit again, I told you I'd blink out, dude.
Yeah, okay.
No, cut that shit, don't, that's the...
Man, your engine is so dirty. Like, you should have cleaned it for this.
I mean, technically, I should give it like a quick wipe.
No, get your
See, like here. All this shit.
We're not gonna spend more time.
All right, just don't get close-ups of this shit. All right, just don't get close-ups of that.
He's been cleaning his car for the last freaking 20 minutes. All right, no leaking anything. You're good. 3, 2, 1.
A lot of the Chasing J's, titanium dress up.
Busted.
How's it going, man?
How's it going?
Morning,
Good
morning.
sir. Just like a bell breakdown.
Yeah, just
A stock car. That looks fast.
No, you got Outtakes stuff on there. That's spin.
Hey, he knows, dude. No, cut that shit. Don't.